Everyone, my name is Megan Tunerman. I'm going to be a junior sociology and environmental studies double major for this upcoming interesting and new semester at the college. I'm here today with Professor Wingard. Hello, Professor. Do you mind introducing yourself, telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Megan. It's good to be here. Again, my name is Leslie Wingard. I've been at the college for quite some time now, and I'm excited to be back under this new challenge this fall. I am a new chair of the department this year, so that's something special for me this go round. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so I'm an East Coaster, and that's where my family is. So I'm checking in with them from there. And yeah, just glad to be here and ready to get started.
Pennsylvania roots, I agree. That's where I'm coming from today.
Oh, really?
That's where
Okay, great.
I can say Pennsylvania's doing well. But, in general, the pandemic has made it so hybrid learning is a necessity. And this, virtual classes is something that Worcester hadn't really experienced in any of our time. And so the first thing I just kind of wanted to ask is, what are you doing to prepare for your classes?
Well, my classes are Religion in Black Film and Literature and Imagining America, which is a course about immigrants coming to America and the literature that they've written. They're completely remote, preparing them in much the same way that I prepare typically, because we do a lot online when I teach in person as well. This term, though, and this is atypical for me, each one will be helped by 2 teaching apprentices. So I'm excited about that. They both have a lot of background knowledge about the course content. And also they have knowledge about how I, in particular, advise students to construct provocative arguments when they write. So I'm looking forward especially to letting these apprentices frequently share how previous classes that they took were similarly structured and have helped them along the way while they've been here at Worcester. This, I think, allows the learning process to feel less abstract. So the current students can feel like, okay, this is going to help me later. So that's one big change I've made. So I can have the apprentices help me out with sharing my screen while I'm their screen or my screen while where I'm teaching remotely. Join in the small group discussions when we break out online and just kind of peek in on each one so that they can put in their 2 cents from previous discussions that they've had about the text or the film in other classes. So I'll use them well so I can be peeking in and they can be peeking in too. I just think it'll make everything more lively.
Yeah, no, that's really great to hear. And, it's always great, to be in a class and to really hear from another student that's taking the class how much it helped.
Right.
So with that, what should students look forward to? We all need something to be excited about.
Well, they, as I said, should look forward to some of the same things I would have taught if I was in person. I'll be enthusiastic, so I'm going to show up 100% each class and say on the first day that that's what I expect from them too. I have a lot of interest and experience teaching multicultural and Black literature, film, and art. So I'm going to keep on doing that. We'll be having museum tours that are, now virtual, but still will be very much good conversation starters. We'll have a large number of film viewings to accompany the print text that we read. We'll also have the line-by-line analysis that is typical of English courses, and now I can flash it on the screen with different apps to highlight different lines and words and phrases that we want to kind of look at really closely. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And then, as I always do, we'll have a guest lecture or 2 from the field. So again, they can feel like this work isn't just in a vacuum, but see how other people are using what we're reading, either in their classrooms or in their own professional work. So I do that usually, and I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, that sounds really great. It's kind of it sounds like it's making, some of the things that you do even more accessible and even more easy to understand. So of the things that you said or something else, what would you say that you're the most excited about for this semester?
Well, as I mentioned in my intro, this is my first time being a department chair. So I have the authority to approve certain kinds of events that may be really helpful in this season, like community service projects, things that highlight underrepresented populations. So I get to actually check it off, and say, yes, we can do this. I haven't been in this role before, and I look forward to being in it now when we really need a morale boost. So there's some things that are really important to me, like allowing students who are in other departments give the English department a real good look as a possibility, as a major or a double major or a minor. So I want to do things that are welcoming to all different types of students, in hopes that we will get other kinds of students coming to our events, because they have fewer things to do in person this semester. So they may have more time to give us a look if we're having a poetry reading, to attend, see the other people who are there, try out some of our classes next semester if they're not enrolled in any this semester. So in a nutshell, I just want to make our department very accessible to those who might have thought they would never major in English. They might think about it now.
That's really fantastic to hear. And that kind of goes to my last question to kind of wrap things up, which is, one of the things that makes Worcester so special and so great are the relationships between students, but also between students and faculty. And so, what are you doing to really make sure that those relationships are maintained and can continue to flourish in this, unprecedented time?
So I've talked about that with some people already. In the department, we have a couple things in mind. So as mentioned, we'll have some creative writers visit and then have an after chat about those writers' presentations. So that's one thing. We've thought about having what's called a marathon reading. This is something that I did in graduate school, where we pick a classic text or a text that's non-canonical and read it, like usually a lengthy text, read it for even a whole day and night together. Everybody picks a portion of it and you can read it dramatically. And so it can flip from camera to camera. And so let's say we're doing Toni Morrison's Beloved. We could be reading it all day and all night long together as a communal event. So marathon reading, that's one thing that we've thought about, dramatic reading of something. We also want to make sure that we do a lot of things online for people who might just want to tap in temporarily. So like a visual art kind of challenge or contest, something outdoors that allows people to do it one-on-one or with people that they are in a pod with, and just, so we can keep up the social distancing. So it could be some kind of service project where we all have to do some kind of gardening, or all have to go pick some fruit in an orchard, or all have to go do jogging or walking or something, together yet not together, right? So we all know that we're participating and show pictures of being outdoors. So we can think about something like that. Finally, just, thinking too about ways that we might allow other departments to join with us in their event. So if we can support somebody else that's doing something, other faculty members or other departments, we can, tag team, co-sponsor, and bring everybody together. So that's just a few things in the English department, and we're still brainstorming, as you can imagine, day by day, and I can poll the students. They might want to do something that's cooking related. So just things that, vary so that we can pull in a wide variety of different types. So just in a nutshell, a couple things.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I mean, all of those things sound so fun. You could pick fruit in the orchards and then cook it. I see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, there's ways around the social distancing. So, you're going in a small group or just one or two people, but then showing everybody online, which your bounty.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Thank you so much for your time. This is really great. And I look forward to being back on campus with everyone.
Thank you, Megan. Take good care.